So let's talk about something with a seriously bold claim, the idea that you can launch your very own accounting and tax business right from scratch.
And the whole concept really boils down to this one number, 90. We're not talking a year or even 6 months. We're talking 90 days. So you've got to wonder, right? What can you actually build in that short amount of time?
And that brings us to the big question we're tackling today. Is it really possible to start your own business in just 90 days? Well, let's break down the strategy and see for ourselves.
Okay, and here's what's really interesting about the approach. This isn't being framed as just some online course you passively watch. Nope, it's an active, hands-on 90-day challenge. The whole point is to completely reshape your career path.
And to make this whole thing feel, less intimidating, they use this great analogy. They call it a business recipe book. It's actually a pretty clever idea. The skills you learn, those are your ingredients. The practical training, that's the method. You put them together, and what do you get? A proven recipe for a successful business.
All right, let's get to the big one. The question that stops so many people from even starting something new. Qualifications.
And here's the key takeaway. This whole blueprint, it's built from the ground up for absolute beginners. So if you've been thinking, I don't have the experience for this, well, this is designed to be your starting line. This really gets to the heart of philosophy, doesn't it? On one side, you've got the old way of thinking. Degrees, certificates, all that paper. But on the other side, that's what clients actually pay for. Results. The entire focus shifts to what you can do for them.
And this quote just says it all, loud and clear. Clients don't care about your marks. They only care about the results you deliver. That's a huge mindset shift, right? It's about moving from being a student to being a problem solver who provides real value.
So, okay, if it's all about results, then what are the actual skills you're going to learn to get those results? Let's take a look under the hood.
The whole learning process is laid out in 4 clear steps. It's designed to build you up logically. You start with the absolute basics, then you get deep into the GST process, then you tackle income tax and filing, and you finish up with some really valuable digital services. See? It's a step-by-step climb.
Let's zoom in on the GST part for a second, because this is where it gets super practical. You're not just learning theory, you're learning the exact services that every local business needs, month after month. We're talking about getting them registered, filing their tax returns like the GSTR 1 and 3B, and generating e-way bills. This is literally the bread and butter stuff that brings in steady, recurring income.
So why is this so important? Because when you can do this stuff, you become essential. You're not just a service provider, you're a trusted consultant for local businesses. You're the person who helps them navigate that crazy maze of tax rules, the one they can't imagine running their business without.
But it doesn't stop with GST. The program also covers all things income tax, getting taxpayers registered, handling their ITR e-filing. And on top of that, you get into these high-value digital services, like providing digital signature certificates. Those are the secure digital keys businesses need for filing online. Every single one of these skills is another service you can charge for, another way to make money.
And think about what this means. Once you have these skills, tax season stops being this stressful thing on the calendar. It completely flips and becomes your biggest earning season of the year. It becomes this predictable time when your expertise is in the highest demand.
Okay, so we've talked about the skills and the process. But what's the big picture here? Let's talk about the real transformation, your new identity.
There's a really powerful idea here, and it comes in 2 parts. It starts by saying, now, you are not an accountant who works for someone else.
You are the owner of your own brand. And that right there is the whole point. This is so much bigger than just learning new tasks. It's about building your own thing, your own asset, a brand that belongs to you and nobody else.
I mean, this pretty much sums up the entire promise, right? In just 90 days, you make the leap from working for someone else to being a full-fledged business owner.
So, after all that, there's really only one question left. How do you actually start? And the message here is pretty straightforward. This is one of those decision points in life, a fork in the road. And this is a decision that could genuinely change the entire direction of your career.
So, the call to action is as simple and direct as it gets. Reserve your seat now.
And they've made getting started incredibly easy. You don't have to fill out a bunch of complicated forms or anything like that. All you have to do is WhatsApp or call the number you see right there and just send one simple message, 90 days. It kind of leaves you with one final thought, doesn't it? If a whole new career is just one message away, what are you waiting for?